Hello, hello. My name is Audrey Love. Welcome to The Story and the Song. I'm going to be your host. I'm a singer-songwriter on the west coast of BC, Canada, otherwise known as Turtle Island. Welcome, welcome. We are on episode 7. And apparently, according to podcast statistics, episode 7, I only heard this through the grapevine. This is not fact-checked. That episode 7 is usually as far as people get. They kind of give up after episode 7. But I am here to tell you in my Polish babushka bandana today that I am not giving up. I have interviews in my back pocket that I am ready to get to you guys, and I want you guys to hear, because there are a lot of amazing people in Canada in the music industry that are doing amazing things, either with music or creating community, creating safe spaces. There is just a lot happening, and I want those voices to be heard, and I want those stories to be told, and I want those voices to be amplified. So yes, we are not slowing down. This is episode 7. And if you haven't had a chance to check out the other episodes, please do. They're all great conversations with artists that are really putting their heart and soul into everything that they're doing. So here we are. We have kbrette up next. She is a singer-songwriter. She's an actor. She is studied music therapy, gone to music school. She has sang backups for Yukon Blonde. She's done a lot of cool things, and she's still doing really awesome things. And she's about to release her first EP. And the songs that we've heard so far are pretty amazing. And I think they are that I think that's just going to keep on going for Kelsey. And so yeah, this conversation was a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to get a laugh. I think you guys are going to get some tools and tips about performance anxiety as we get a little bit into that. Yeah, overall, really great conversation. I hope you guys tune in, and thanks for tuning in. All right. Okay. Here we are. We're at Red Rum Records here in White Rock. I have kbrette with me, Kelsey. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you so much for coming all the way out here.
My absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. How's your summer been?
My summer, you know what? I felt like it went so fast. But it's been good. It's been a summer of like staying around and indulging in the things that I have right now. Just like work at a yoga studio part-time. So it's like enjoying that, enjoying the people there. Took one trip back to Saskatchewan to like see my family for a bit. But pretty low key overall. Just been working on the singles with Andy, and I don't know, it's been good. Just short feeling. I feel like it started really short, and maybe it's like withering away a little bit more quickly, but it's okay.
Sounds very chill and just like productive, and you're getting stuff done.
Productive.
And you said you're working part-time at a yoga studio. So are you doing music like for the rest of the time, or are you doing something else?
That kind of like goes together. So I work at the yoga studio, but I also like work as a contractor for the yoga studio. So I do live music classes.
Live music classes.
So they do like 2 to 3 times a week depending on the location. We have like live music classes. I actually did one today. Nice. It is hot in there. It's hot yoga. So it's like pretty sweaty. But I kind of have like a few jobs within the yoga scene that are like music, social media, front desk reception. Check you in. But and then cool. Other than that,
that's awesome. It sounds like such a cool gig. I used to work for Y Yoga, and
nice.
I loved having like access to do yoga. It's
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
I do enjoy the free membership.
Yes. How long have you been practicing for?
I started pretty much 2 years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been there for 2 years.
And is that how long you've been in Vancouver now? Because you came from Alberta, right?
I moved from Alberta, yeah. I came in 2017 to North Van. I did my degree in music therapy at Capilano, so that's why I came here, and then I just stuck around.
Oh, amazing. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's awesome. And music therapy, what made you want to get into that?
Well, I did a music diploma in Edmonton, and then I finished that, and I was like, I don't know if it's for me. I'm like so anxious. And it felt I just like didn't feel like my path at the time. I don't think I was very secure enough to like go and do music. I had a lot of internal things to work through, and I was like, I don't think I'll be fulfilled in this. I want to do a career that's more like, I don't know, social services or like humanitarian side of things. I was like, that will resonate with me. So I did my music therapy degree, and that took a while. And then COVID was in the middle of that, so then it took a little bit longer. And then I practiced music therapy for like a year or two, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm ready to do music now. I was like, I feel ready. I feel like ready to be seen, or like at least feel brave enough to do it. So yeah.
And were you songwriting before that? Like when before?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I've always been songwriting.
Okay. What is your story with music? Like how far back do we go?
It goes all the way back. I was just gonna say, so my mom's a singer. My dad can sing. He's like says he can't, and then he'll break out into beautiful Elvis. Nice. My brother, everyone in my immediate family can definitely carry a tune. And my dad's ringtone of me, actually, it's quite sweet. Is a recording when I was 3. We had a karaoke machine. I was singing Blue by Leanne Rimes, I believe. Blue. Okay. Anyway,
I can't remember that one.
So it started, I hope it's Leanne Rimes.
Yeah. Leanne Rimes. Might have to check that out.
Yeah, fact check. That'd be badness. Not Shania Twain. No.
That is adorable.
But, yeah, so we started very early with the singing, and then started young. I started writing like poetry and things like that, like maybe in elementary school when I learned how to write. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. So for a long time. And so when did you pick up an instrument then?
My mom put me in piano lessons when I was about 7, I think. Like 7, 8, 9, I think I did piano lessons. I really hated them. I didn't enjoy them because I didn't like practicing. I liked playing the piano, but I didn't like practicing. Right. So she let me quit after year 3. But I still played. Like, I was actually very thankful to have that like foundation made for me.
Okay.
Like I got to
for songwriting or just both, for like, anything,
just to have a musical skill, and like I learned to read music, and it's a language, so it's easier to pick up like acquire when you're younger.
Okay, so it sounds like you're surrounded by music, you're having this like you're drawn to writing and playing music, so is that kind of what led you to going to music school?
It's actually, I feel like my life's been kind of like, it's been not a straight path at all.
I don't think it ever really is it?
No, but I guess I'm like looping back to a lot of things. Okay, so that's why I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do this, and I'm like, actually, I was born to do this. I should come back.
I love that.
Like maybe to be so bold. I don't know.
Yeah, we all go through the doubts. I don't
know
how many times I have been like, am I supposed to be doing this anymore? Like, I've gone through that many times.
Do I?
Yeah.
And
then you're like, no, this is my thing. Like,
right? This is who I am. This is my whole identity.
Yeah.
Well, so I started playing guitar, I think in middle school. I asked for one for Christmas because my brother had gotten an electric guitar. And I was like, that's so sick. My brother's so cool. Yeah. And he was really into like classic rock stuff. So like a lot of AC/DC, Rolling Stones kind of a vibe. But I was more, I'm not a Swiftie now, but like Taylor Swift was my intro into playing I guess like guitar and singing at the same time. So like her early country kind of a vibe got me into like learning some stuff on the guitar. Sorry, I don't remember your original question.
Like what kind of catapulted you into making the decision into going to music school?
Yeah.
So middle school, you were playing and writing songs.
I was playing. I did like band for a bit in elementary school, but I played the French horn because my mom played the French horn, and I thought that was sick also. So I played the French horn for a bit, and then going into high school, I kind of like stepped away from all arts except a random musical that I did in grade 10, which was the highlight of my high school career.
Okay.
But I was very much a jock in high school, and my artisticness was very much like in my room alone in my off time.
Okay.
So I actually went and played college softball for a year and a half in North Dakota randomly.
Okay.
And then during that, I was, I'd play music for my friends and stuff, and they were very supportive. And then it just wasn't feeling like a right fit anymore to stay there. And I found this music program at McEwen, and I was like, oh, in order to get into this, like I have to do a prep program to kind of get up with like ear training and music theory and I don't know, I guess just performing in general. So I left a semester early from that place, and I went home for a bit to Red Deer, and then I moved to Edmonton, did the prep program, did the music school thing.
And what were you hoping to get out of the music school? Just to like be a better musician, or like just connect with other people who are playing music, or just
I guess I went into it because I was at the time I was like, this is what I'm meant to do. I was like, this is who I am. This is what everybody tells me what I should do. And it felt right. And I was excited about it. And it was really hard, like in many ways, that program. But I'm so grateful.
Did you major in one instrument?
Yes, I was in the program for vocal performance.
Oh, okay.
I'd wish that I had done, so it's just, you can do a diploma or you can do a degree. I chose to do a diploma, so it's 2 years. So everybody's kind of in the same wavelength in the first year, and then you can pick a specialty in your second year. And I really wanted to do the recording program, like so badly. But for some reason, I think like other people's influence pushed me to do the performance major, which included like a big end of year recital, which was just like so. I had such bad anxiety. Like I hated it so much. It was really hard to get through, like emotionally. And my anxiety got worse like through music school. So when that was done, I was like, oh, I don't think I'll ever perform again. I was like, I think that's like, so I'll go. That was like another catapult to go into music therapy. I was like, I love music. Like I love sharing it with other people. But like performing, I was like, clearly that's not working out for me because it's so bad I can't even enjoy it anymore.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, performance anxiety is just like so full on. Like I've been performing for like almost 20 years now, and I feel like it's still there.
Really? Is it there all the time though?
Yes. I mean,
the whole show through?
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, I usually like by the second or third song I can open up and I'm like, okay, like I'm good.
The world is not ending right now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to run off the stage anymore. But funny enough, I actually did my first show here in like
a Red Room?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had a show here with Huxley. He was another singer-songwriter, and that, I hadn't performed in like 3 years. And I feel like I've also gone through a lot of like personal changes, and like I became a mom, and like there's just a lot of things that changed and happened in my life. And so I was stepping on the stage, like I really felt like I was, a new person, like a different person, and
in a better way.
And for sure. Nice. Like, I walked through the fire and I came out
the other side,
totally. Kind of thing,
That's
right?
what it feels like.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, like I couldn't shake the nerves like through my whole set. So yeah, I mean, and I actually haven't booked any more shows.
Oh no, when was that show?
Actually, I don't know. Alan, when was that show?
That was in
August
this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was recent. It was recent. Yeah.
Okay. I thought this was like years ago or something.
I know. I know, right? I should, right? Thanks. Yeah, okay. Just in case you guys can't hear that, Alan,
There's a
the
show coming
owner
up.
of the shop, is saying I should come back and do the show, so maybe I will.
I'll be there.
Yeah. No, well, and how is it for you now, though? Like, do you feel like you've got that kind of figured out? Like, does it feel? I mean,
it's better for sure.
You went on tour with Yukon Blonde, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you had to kind of sort that out.
I sure did.
Before. You hit some really big stages in that.
Really tour. Big, yeah, it's crazy. We played some big shows. So I hadn't performed. What did I graduate in, like 2016, and then I came here. I hadn't really performed like the odd thing in music therapy would have like a wind up and then like a kind of an open mic thing, which I was like, like not really enjoying in the performance way. But I got through them, and then so this was the end of 2021. So this has been like 5 years since being on like a big stage, essentially with a band, and I met Jeff from Yukon Blonde at a wedding randomly. Like I was a bridesmaid for my friend, and he was dating her sister. So we met there, and I was like, oh yeah, like cool, I know Yukon Blonde. I don't remember much about the meeting, but he says that we sang a lot of ABBA together. It was just like a backyard wedding, but
nice.
Then I came over and jammed at his place like a couple times, and then he called me one day, and it was actually perfect timing because I might have gotten fired from from this retail job that I had.
Oh my!
It was I didn't do anything bad.
Okay.
We won't get into
side story.
Yeah, side story.
Off the record story.
I could pop off about this whole situation. But anyways, I didn't do anything bad. But anyways, I got fired. And
you did?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I got fired.
Okay, so perfect timing.
It was a blessing, blessing in disguise.
Yes.
It's not my people.
Yeah.
But respectfully.
Yeah.
And then so anyways, I had this like unplanned time off. And then Jeff called me, and he was like, hey, like, would you be interested or like want to go on this week-long tour like around BC? And I know an opportunity when I see one. It's one thing they teach you in music school is like professionalism 101. You say yes now and you figure out how to do it up until then. So I was like, yeah, 100%. Oh my God, sick. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I hung up, and then I called my therapist, and I was like, hey, we don't have a lot of time, and like we gotta work through something that's like pretty big. And anyway, so I had like a Skype session with her, a Zoom session, and we had an 1.5-hour session and just unpacked all of this like I'm not a real musician kind of backlog that I didn't realize was in there. Right. And anyways, she's really good.
Yeah.
And I came out an 1.5 hours later, and I was like, oh, I wish I did that like 5 years ago or like 6 years ago or 20 years ago, because that was so helpful, this therapy session. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can do it. And I was like, I can do it good. So we had about 5 shows, I think, that week. And the first show was smaller, which I don't know about you, but like I find those were worse, like for nerves.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can see everybody, and it was kind of still COVID-y. So people weren't allowed to stand, because apparently COVID only spreads when you're standing, not everybody sitting in their chair.
Oh, okay.
So it was not a very like lively show. It's in Nanaimo, I don't remember where. But I had some good nerves, but they were much more manageable than they have been in the past. Like not full blown panic attack where I couldn't like physically function.
Wow. Okay.
And then I just kind of like, I was with these seasoned pros. So I was like, oh, well, like I'll just pretend, like I'll just act really chill and like nonchalant, and that helped.
Yeah.
And then honestly, by the time the first show was done, like it was pretty much gone.
Right.
It also helped that I was not like center stage, I was on the side playing percussion and doing some vocals and stuff. So that was quite freeing.
Yeah.
Not the center of attention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost like that you like having that experience kind of warmed you up to doing like the center stage bit.
Totally.
Right. So
and then even from there, so then I was like, oh, I haven't really done like anything solo. So starting at the yoga studio, doing that, I was super nervous for that because I was like, oh, like I'm backing myself, like these are my songs too, some of them. And so that's been really good practice of like just playing myself.
Yes.
Because everybody's staring at the mirror and I'm in the back corner.
Yeah,
exactly.
Looking at
me.
Exactly.
So I can just, they can just listen. But it's a very attentive audience.
I love it. I love that you have had these like really wonderful opportunities to kind of like, I don't know, like they say that the universe only gives you what you can handle. So it's just like, it sounds like there are these like cool like baby steps in order for you to like get to like the bigger moment and
That's
like
exactly.
so you could handle it.
That's
like,
exactly how I look at it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, and then Jeff asked me to go on tour with them. I was like, oh, this is the universe too, being like, this is what you should be doing. Like, we're gonna like shove you back into this.
Oh, I feel that with my whole being.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You just gotta listen to it. You just gotta be brave.
Yes, exactly.
Put your brave pants
and
on.
like, yeah. You know? Well, when you say it like that, like,
just put your brave pants on and then just like say yes and then call your therapist.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. You just like signed up for that and then called your therapist. That's amazing. I just love the sequence of those events.
Dude, that's the reality. And like I don't know actually. Seems like there's musicians out there that like don't get nervous, let's go gung ho and like they don't struggle with that. But I feel like most musicians do.
Yeah, like, whether you're like conscious of it or not, like, yeah, for sure. I think
you're up there to like get something back too, whether that's like validation from other people or I don't know, like your own confidence, like to get on stage. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's very eloquently put.
I think being an artist is absolutely a journey of getting to know yourself and working through all of those aspects of your personalities, and it gives you this opportunity to work through your fears and it forces you to have more courage, right?
Yeah, so for sure.
I think it's like when you go after anything that you really have investment in your heart and soul, it's always going to challenge you and it's always going to like force you to face those parts of yourself.
Mm-hmm. No breasts, no breaks.
Exactly. But I feel like, what was I going to mention? I've just drawn a blank, so we might have to edit this part out.
That's okay. I was like, I have a quote that my friend said to me once that was so impactful. And is that a word? Impactful?
Yeah, impactful.
Did I use that right?
I think
sometimes
so.
I say that and I'm like,
I don't know.
I'm not confident.
With foreign parents, so like, okay. I am like the worst. I mispronounce a lot of words before someone called me out. So
just say it made an impact.
Yeah. Okay.
It made an impact
I like
on
it.
me. That sounds more like English from a grade 6 up level.
Yeah.
It had an impact on me, and it was something along the lines of like, sometimes being brave feels like fear. And I don't know, I just really like that. I'm like, oh, I'm not afraid. I'm just being brave. And like that, and that feels like the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different techniques like that I've heard of and perspectives, that we can take on to kind of help us get through whatever we need to, right?
The bag of
like
tricks.
Someone was mentioning, like Mel Robbins was talking about how when she's nervous about doing something, that instead of succumbing
nervous?
Yeah,
crazy.
I know, right? Instead of succumbing to anxiety, she just keeps telling herself that she's like excited, so she gets more into the excitement of things as opposed to succumbing to the fear, right? Yeah. I also heard, like, I was listening to a podcast about like developing self-confidence, and he was saying that self-confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's having the fear and noticing that it's there but still moving forward and doing the thing that you need to do. So yeah, and I think like you can just play those tricks with yourself to just try and stay in your body. Yeah, exactly, to try and stay in your body, stay in the moment as best as you can. So sounds like you're on your way doing that. So I actually, what's coming up to what I was drawing a blank on, but now I'm remembering now, because I was I've always struggled with the stage fright and just the anxiety before a show. And I asked Kari McClelland, I don't know if you know him, he's like a soul singer in Vancouver, and I asked him how he like deals with that, and he said I ask myself why I'm doing the thing that I'm doing. And then that, if I can answer that question, then I can show up like in my fullness. And I think
That's a really
like
good one,
that
actually.
holds a lot of weight. You know, because if you're clear on what you're there to do and how you're there to connect, either like connect with the audience or whatever it is that you decide you're there to do, then maybe there isn't this confusion
Yeah, well,
about
it's like it's
what
a
you're showing up
redirection.
for, right? Yeah. So
you're remembering why you're doing it, not just why you shouldn't be doing it with this fear in your body.
yeah,
you know?
and I think too, like when we get caught up in anxiety and fear, like we are kind of, it's like we start making it about ourselves, because all of a sudden we're in like self-preservation mode and we're not like in this expansive giving space, right? So yeah, I think that kind of ties into like to the why you would want to do that.
Well said.
Anyways,
Well said.
yeah, thank you.
Oops, I clicked this button. Did I turn it off?
I think it's on.
That's good.
Yep. It's just the green lights there are still on, so we're good.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But let's get into your songs. Coca Cola is doing so well.
It is, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's that song about?
Yeah.
I was listening to it and I was like, what's happening here?
I was like, what do you think it's about? Because I've had this experience where it's interesting, because you know, I love the idea of like music and art being up for interpretation. But it's gone, it kind of, how do I say this? Like what it's about for me, it's kind of nice that maybe not everybody is like picking up on that. But I will say what they are picking on is like kind of the extreme opposite of what's going on for me in the song. Okay. So that's why I was like, I'd love to hear what you think it's about.
Sure. Yeah. I just got a lot of visuals of you at this party, and you're basically just telling the story of how you're at this party and you're like observing these different things. But then I get kind of thrown off with your chorus where you're talking, what's the line there?
So the pre-chorus, it's my time.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, what is she talking about there though? I'm like, what does that have to do with the party? Like, and so yeah, I think that was I just kind of got this visual of you at a party, and I thought that that's what it was about.
I mean, yeah, the party is the vehicle in which the message drives. Yes, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, it's like the overall kind of arching idea for Coca Cola was this kind of like coming back into music and like coming back as more of a solo artist, and finally being brave enough to be seen in like your full authenticness, like, which for me could be like very introverted and quiet, or it could be like, like really loud, and taking up space. But the song was kind of like a celebration of feeling free, and secure enough to take up all that space, like if you wanted to. So it's my time. That's it's like that
makes sense now.
It's my time now. Yes. And part of that line too is I have one of my best friends, Maddie Allen, who's also an artist. She lives in Calgary, and I don't remember exactly what it was about. I think it was about music, and she had a show coming up, and she had a friend of hers be like, Maddie, like, it's your time. Like, this is your time now. She's also like a full-time music therapist. And she just said that stuck with her so much. Okay. Like that validation, like someone saying that to her. And I was like, oh, I really love that for her. And then, yeah, it just kind of came out when writing the song. Right. So I think I kind of attribute it back to that conversation that we had. So that was the one piece, just kind of like being your full authentic self and like not shying away from that and having people observe you in your authenticness. And then the other part of it, which is so funny, is because I've had lots of people, it was supposed to be kind of like a nod to sobriety in that way of like, you don't need these masks to be at that party like to like calm that anxiety. Like you don't need it anymore.
Right. Okay.
So Coca Cola is not a metaphor for something stronger. And then it's so funny because one of the lines like pregame consultation with the spirits and the cards.
Right.
And I had a friend say to me, she's like, oh, she thought it was about drugs and drinking too. And I was like, oh my God, we were sitting in a park and I was like, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think it could be that.
Okay.
So that was like far from my mind, but that is the takeaway for some people,
Interesting.
Coca Cola and the spirits. And then I said that I told that to Andy, my producer, and he thought spirits in the cards also was like drinking and playing poker, and because I use the term pregame, right? So you'd think like drinking, but no, I'm definitely like a witchy gal. So
and when I heard that line, I was like, oh, she does tarot cards.
Yes. Oh my God, I feel so seen.
Yes. Yeah. No, I automatically was like, oh, okay.
With the
awesome.
spirits pregame consultation, I was like, oh, so like going before this party, like what's it gonna bring? Like, and the cards say like it's your time. I'm like, okay, let's get down then. Like,
oh my
gosh,
go to the
party.
I love it.
Yeah, okay. Oh my God, I'm so glad that somebody got that reference.
It came
correctly.
through. It came through for me for sure.
The woo woos now.
Yeah.
It's all about. Yeah, I love that. Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So why the title Coca-Cola then? Because you could have fooled me. You could have fooled me. Like I think if the song was called like It's My Time, I'd be like, okay, like yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I also feel like you have this kind of like fun like aspect to your like to the whole song. The song is really fun and it's got this really upbeat energy. So I'm like, okay, like this all kind of like ties into like how I've seen you like brand this online and then like the song title itself. So is that kind of like the direction you were going? Is to
for
just
like kind of like fun, funness? Not particularly like funness. I think I just felt like It's My Time spelt it out a little too clearly, which maybe now with all the misconceptions, like she would have been the way to go. I don't know, but Andy and I were both. I was like, I think we're gonna call it Coca Cola, and he's like, oh, I love like kind of random title names for songs and stuff, and I was like, I kind of do too. And I also thought that I don't know, maybe a part of me was like, oh, it just would be kind of like more memorable, I guess.
Yeah,
like
it kind of sticks out.
It's already a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like kind of fun, like the song. And then I was like, God, I hope we don't get sued or something over this. I was like, what if it blows up?
Yeah.
And I was like, but that would actually be like great publicity.
Yeah, you should be in a Coca-Cola commercial.
Came off. So I did have a hard time. I was like, oh, should I? I got a little scared because I was like, should I do like the hyphen too? Like, I was like, are they gonna come for me then? But there's so many like Coca-Cola songs really on Spotify and stuff. But I don't know. Just decided not to do the dash, I guess, for whatever reason. And then lately, I was like, oh, maybe we should have done that. I was like, it looks weird without it.
Okay.
But no, just was trying to be like not so on the nose, with what it's about, which is fun, because
like a little more elusive.
Yeah, totally.
Like it. What
so mysterious?
Yeah.
Who is she? She drinks Coca-Cola. I don't even drink pop at all. Like, I can't have caffeine. I don't drink pop.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's for the pop drinkers out there.
Yeah, this is not a sponsored show with Coca-Cola, although I would not be opposed to it if it came around.
Think about it.
But you've been working with Andy at Park Sound to record and produce all these songs. Like, how's that experience been?
It's been the best time.
Okay.
Andy and I get along so well. He's a very dear friend to me now. We spend a lot of time together over the spring, especially because I kind of got back from traveling in March, and we met like super briefly through another artist. I came in and sang a little bit on his track, and Andy reached out and asked me if I would be interested in getting together to work on something. And then in my artist mind was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool, but like I don't have any money to like pay this person, because none of that was really discussed. And then so when I got back this March, he reached out again and he's like, oh, did you still want to work on something? And I said, yeah. I don't remember if we like discussed payment or anything. I'm guessing not. because we just met up in the studio, and I had the verse and the pre-chorus for Coca Cola written, and I was like, I don't know, like, what do you think of this idea? And he was super down. And then, yeah, that was just the beginning. And then we've been making music ever since, and just having the best time. So fun.
Yeah, awesome. It's so like important to have someone that you like connect with when you're going through your like artistic process, you know? So
it's like all the difference.
Yes. Yeah. And Andy he really just loves to support artists in the community, like
crazy, so generous, and with everything, like time.
Yes. Yeah. So that's awesome. You guys are working together. Yeah. And so he's working with you on the whole EP that's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Soon.
Hopefully soonish.
Okay. Yeah. And then you also have another song out, Sweet Lover.
Yeah.
And you've done a collaboration with Miller Matthews.
Yes.
Did you guys know each other like from before, from your hometown? Because I saw that he's from Alberta.
He's from Calgary. No, we didn't know each other before.
Okay.
We had met through I don't know if I'm allowed to say. It's like he works at 604 Records also.
Okay.
And then my friend used to work there, so I kind of like met some people in that realm, and I'm kind of like getting a little bit into acting and commercial stuff just to fund my existence.
Yes.
So
have
many
more
income
streams. Yes. Yep. I get that.
So I worked on a couple music videos with him.
Nice.
Last summer, did about 3, I think. And yeah, then he like reached out. He sent me this beat or this track and asked if I wanted to write for it. And it really just came out really easily, which I love, because that is not the norm typically for me to like. It just flowed really well, and I was like, oh, I really like this idea. So I tracked it and I sent it back to him, and he's like, love it. Yeah. And that was kind of it. I wrote, I think, the first half of it just on my own, and then when we got in to track it at 604, kind of pieced together the rest, like helped each other out, wrote the rest of it. And then it's so funny actually, because we had like a proper studio, and I don't know, spent like hours and hours and hours tracking all the vocals and stuff. And then he sent me it back a while later, and I was like, don't be mad at me. I was like, I want to retrack the vocals at home because I'm very particular about them.
Yeah.
So those are the ones on the track. As far as I know, I'm sure he kept some other ones like that we did in the studio, but yeah, I like retracked them at home so I could have them exactly the way I wanted. And
fair enough.
I love it. I love the song.
It's your piece of work, and you got to do what you got to do for yourself, right? And honestly, I on my last release, I think I redid the vocals like at least 3 times. Like I went back into the studio like so many times. So I totally get that. Like, just you want it to sound right and feel right, and just have that kind of like your whole self behind it, right? Before you can send it off and be like, yes.
I feel like 3 redos is the minimum for vocals for because then you realize what it needs and what you need and how you want it to sound. So no shame.
Yeah, exactly. And so Sweet Lover that one came out before Coca Cola.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Coca Cola, how have you been when you presented Coca Cola? Just to loop back to that, when you presented Coca Cola to Andy, was that just like a guitar and vocal like situation?
Yeah, I did not have any demo. I just had like an acoustic guitar. It kind of just like boom, boom, boom. So like that kind of like bass line in it, but that was all. And then I had kind of a reference track of the vibe that I wanted. And actually for like half of that session, I went in the other room and I was trying to like finish writing it, which was really cool for me. And I think it shows that I just feel like that Andy and I have a really good working partnership.
Mm-hmm.
He can go and do his thing for a bit. I'm like, I'm going to go here and finish. There's just not really any pressure other than the pressure I put on myself.
Right.
But I hadn't been in a situation like that really before where it was like, okay, like let's sit down and finish this. I've never really, like, that was kind of my first collaboration.
Right.
Working with someone like start to finish.
Yeah.
And built a lot of trust because it turned out so well, and like we're both super happy with it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's just a testament to how he can, hold space for an artist to, bring out their best performance and their best self,
Totally.
So
Yeah.
once again, goes back to like that connection you have with somebody that's just like so pivotal to you being successful and feeling comfortable in the studio. So, awesome. And so you've been performing. Have you been performing Coca Cola at all? Because that song is very production heavy. So are you planning on like how are you planning on performing that? Do you want to get a band together or?
Yeah, that's yeah. So I want to get a band together. I'm super intimidated by this. I was just talking with my friends last night about this. They were in town for a show.
Nice.
Shout out Fontaine.
Okay.
From Winnipeg. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, like I don't know. I haven't put together a band before. Typically, I guess just because I've written for myself and like acoustic guitar things, I've been like a bit folkier.
Yeah.
So it didn't necessarily need a band, but now these songs, the EP especially, like it's a band album. But yeah, I'm just intimidated by it because I'm like, they're just gonna be with these people for like a long time. So I'm like, it's got to be like the right vibe, it's got to be the right vibe, and yeah, I just have to put my brave pants on and like look for people. I gotta go network more, and like look for people that would be interested. But it is like a big task, and then like a jam space or rehearsal space and like organizing people's schedules.
Yeah.
So I just gotta.
You gotta put your band director hat on, and you can do it. You can do it. I managed 9 people, a 9-piece band for a long time, for about 4 years. So I can do it. You can do it 100%.
I don't know. That's true.
No,
I believe you can do it.
You got this. You got this. No, you'll be okay. And I'm sure you're gonna have more than enough people wanting to be part of your music. So
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another part we were talking about, we're just like, I was like, have you guys ever had to fire someone like from your band? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, I just don't think I can do it. So I'm scared to start because what I have to end it. But no, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to tour. Yeah, I'd love to tour this EP, and it would be really cool to have it actualized with a full band. That would be pretty surreal.
Yeah, so that'll be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about the rest of the songs on the EP?
Yeah, totally.
What are the song titles? Like, what's the vibe? Is it very similar to Coca Cola, or are they all kind of dance tracks, or?
No, I'd say they're on like the indie rock spectrum, quite a bit more. Yeah, some kind of chill shoegaze moments. Kind of wanted to put in a little bit of like surfer rock tones in there, so there's a bit of like grit, grunge, and surf. I don't know. Nice. That's not the way to describe it. But in terms of like emotionally, the arc, like, so I wrote the EP in end of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a long journey with it to kind of get it done. And it does hold that same kind of like self-empowering quality to it,
mm-hmm.
which I really love, and why I think I haven't like quite outgrown it.
Yes.
They're not like my sad poor me high school songs, like they're
yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody came from there.
Yep. Like
absolutely. We grew up as a musician, and
all had to go down the road. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, the kind of the vibe of the EP, it's called The Mess and the Martyr, and the soul of it was kind of around this situationship that I had, and through this very short-lived situationship that had a big impact on me. It was impactful. I kind of, these songs are about like dusting myself off and be like, actually, this might not be my fault. I was like, I think this might be a you thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's not like an FU album.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like realizing like, oh, this isn't good for me, so like I'm not gonna do it, and I can have my own back, and and I get to be angry.
Yes.
Too.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, so just kind of like tells a story about different moments with this particular person.
Yeah.
Which I hope they never think that this is about them. But it's a long time ago.
No, it's about you going through it after you were with them, right?
Some of them were during. Okay. Which is why it didn't work out and it didn't last very long.
Well, you got some great songs out of it.
Some great songs
yeah.
out of it. I was like, that's...
and some new perspectives through your songs. Yeah.
It was very short-lived, but there was a lot of like lessons and learning and unlearning that happened through it, which it's nice to have like capsulized in a album.
Yeah.
Now.
Totally. Love it. So how has songwriting like helped you evolve as a person?
Songwriting is just journaling with rhymes. I guess, I don't know, really. As a person, it's just something that's kind of always been there. It's always like kind of flowed. It's been like vocal stemming, just home alone, like singing random shit. And then sometimes you're in the shower and you're like, oh, that actually, I should go get the voice recorder like note up, and then never listen to it again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's been my like sacred time with myself, I think, a lot, especially growing up, and like being a kid and writing those songs. I remember I'd like play them for my mom, and I just wanted like, oh, that's amazing. But she would be like, who's that about? Who's that about? What's going on in that song? And I was like, nobody. You can't ask me that, Mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's too, I can't go there. Just listen. But yeah, it's just like, it's always been a part, and it's fun kind of now experimenting with different styles, because I feel like we kind of grew up like singing like country a bit, and like kind of the powerhouse female singers is like Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, the Chicks, always in my mom's car. They might still be in there for sure.
Yeah.
But then kind of being like, oh, like, you know, I left Alberta and I was like, I'm not like a country person like that. Mm-hmm. And then kind of wrote this rockier album. I was really inspired by Angie McMahon. I don't know if you know her. She's an artist from Australia.
I don't think I do.
All my favorite artists tend to be from like Australia and New Zealand. Julia Jacqueline. Julia Jacqueline?
Yes, I have heard of her. She's great.
I love her, and I love her songwriting style, and she was a big influence on the EP as well. But now, kind of like been playing in the yoga studio, the country is coming out a little bit more.
Yeah.
I had a friend recently we went camping this summer, and she was like, I think your vocal style, she's a yoga teacher at the studio, she's like, I think your vocal style is like country hymnal. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, you're right. Because we're singing like Patsy Cline and stuff in the car. And I was like, this kind of is my jam.
Yeah.
So even just vocally wise, like leaning into that a little bit, like letting my voice do the flips and stuff. I had a couple people on Coca Cola reference Dolly Parton to me, like vocally. And I was like, first of all, what a compliment. But also how hilarious, because I wasn't trying to be country sounding at all.
Right.
But now I'm kind of just like leaning into it. I'm like, oh, it's kind
just of embracing it. Yeah.
Actually, I'm a prairie girl. That's what it is.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, it's clearly coming from your roots somehow.
For sure. Yeah.
Actually, I got Dolly Parton as well. Someone asked me like who I was interviewing, and I was like, yeah, I was describing you, and I was like, she kind of sounds like Dolly Parton, but like something else, and I don't know what
that's
that
so funny. Like a rock and roll Dolly Parton, or I don't know, whatever the genre. Rock.
You have this like really beautiful tone to your voice, and it's just like it just clearly comes straight from your heart. Like you've got a lot of it's a lot of emotions. Yeah,
I have a lot of feelings.
Oh my goodness. Where were we? We were on Coca Cola, right?
Coca Cola.
And
songwriting. Chatted a bit about songwriting. Yes. Coca Cola, the EP.
Okay, maybe I'll just start with a new question, and then
I could say it. You asked for the song titles. I realized I didn't give them.
Okay.
Which I think that it's quite funny.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, it's like another self-empowerment album, which maybe listening to it is like not so obvious. But it is. But but if you read just the song titles, you're like, this poor girl. Like, what happened to her? She must be like the saddest girl on the planet. So the title track is The Mess and the Martyr, which is just kind of the sum of the whole thing. Then there's Second Place. I was mad when I wrote that one, but not because I didn't like being in second place.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And then what's the other one? Oh, Self-Help. That was a reference.
Yeah.
Because I think we like bonded about self-help books or something.
Okay.
And then that song I really love because I wrote the first half of it when things were going nice.
Yeah.
So it starts off as just kind of like, I don't know, not a love song, but an ode to something good. And then things went sour and I hadn't finished the song. And I tried to finish it in the same way and it just felt so inauthentic and just like bullshitty. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'll just have this like flip a switch moment in the middle of it, which is, it wasn't going well after. So it kind of goes hard in the second half.
Okay.
So that was self-help.
I like how you just rolled with it. Why not?
I was like, it feels like a lie. It's like, it's definitely not the same vibe. And I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah.
All I could think about was things that I actually wanted to say.
Yeah.
And those were not in the same realm. So it was, self-help and then Grief. That's the last one. But Grief was like this song about, this was the last one I wrote. And it was just kind of this ode to like letting myself grieve. Like I didn't try to stop it. I fully just like sunk into this grief of whatever I imagined this thing was gonna be. That was totally made up in my head and didn't work out. I was like, no, I was like, I'm not just gonna evade it. I was like, I'm gonna like lay down and feel it and let it be ugly. And I think it was like about a week and I was totally over it. I'm just kidding. By the way,
you had no power over me.
There's no power. Yeah. I was just like a silly young girl. But it was like about a week, and then that was the only song on the album where it wasn't written from like pure emotion, where it's like, oh, I'm so mad or oh, I'm so sad. But I sat down and I was like, I want to write a song about this, as just kind of I don't know, as just like a nice permission to myself about grief and letting yourself feel it, and welcoming it as it comes. Yes. Because the more you don't welcome it, the longer it chases you. Exactly. Yeah. So it was just kind of about surrendering to it. And yeah,
I love that. That's awesome. I mean, they say that grief is, this opportunity for rebirth. So totally. It sounds like that's kind of what happened. I mean, we could walk away from certain situations and blame everybody else, or we could be like, okay, like what is this showing me here, and what are the feelings I need to move through in order to like, get through it. And we're so lucky we get to like put that into our songs and make something beautiful of it. Yeah. So, and I feel like that's the greatest gift we have as artists, is to like transmute the pain into something beautiful, and then and then we can have that, share that feeling with other people, and that can be a catalyst for their own realization, right?
Totally. And like connection with those people.
Exactly.
Too. So yeah, so I like writing from a real place most of the time, because then when you connect with people on it, it feels like a real connection, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because then you have people coming up to you sharing their story of how you connected, how that song connected with them.
I mean, I haven't had that, but I'm sure
and
other people have had.
Well, you will for sure. Maybe. Absolutely. I mean, and I think that that can always circle back to what we were talking about, the why in what you're doing. It's music is to connect us to other people and to help them feel less alone in their feelings, and give them this opportunity to feel less alone, really, through our songs. Do you feel like that's the kind of, is that your hope for these songs, and like, is that they're going to connect with people, and that it's going to kind of run this cycle of connection?
Yeah, I think that's always the hope. Maybe like not the first order, because selfishly I was like, these songs were for me to like work through these things initially, and then when you have space from them and you detach, and like I said, this was like years ago,
right?
This was like over 3 years ago. Once they're I think it'll be cool to have them out and done and like have people's perspectives on them. Like I kind of mentioned, I don't know if we were recording or not, but they still hold like truth and honesty, even though, like I was saying, I was like, I'm scared I'm going to outgrow them. And maybe I have like a little bit in some ways, or like musically, or or like I think I don't have emotional ties to them like I did when I first wrote them, when the emotions were like super fresh. But yeah, I would love nothing more for people to listen to them and find something in them that speaks to them and is like hopefully helpful, or sometimes you need a little encouragement. So
yes, absolutely. I also think that, maybe it's a good thing that you don't have like this boatload of emotion behind these songs before you go and perform them, because I will share with you that I have written songs like fresh off of a situation, and then I went,
you're like, shows tomorrow, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like starting to cry on stage, and it's just like, oh man, like it's just like too fresh,
Did you get through that though?
I did. Yeah. Okay. And in some scenarios it was like good, like in one instance I think the audience, like I was so emotional trying to explain what the song was going to be about,
oh no,
before even doing it, and then I like almost messed up a few times throughout it, but then there was this like, I got like such a crazy response from the audience, because I think they were just like, holy moly, like you have just gone through something and you got through that. I think they were celebrating the fact that like I just sang the song, that I was able to do it,
of you to like share it too, and like trust these random people with your experience. Like I would hope that they only like showed you insane love after that.
No, it was a good experience, but there was one show where I just had like a full-on meltdown, and I was like, okay, I need to stop crying because I have to finish this show.
Were you singing too?
Yes, I was singing. I was singing and playing guitar. So
good for you. That's so brave.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting though, because in those moments, like I did have people come up to me after and they're like, thank you so much for your like vulnerability. Even when I was like full on like I was like crying, like unable to continue like the show, and I was like, okay, I have to like get my shit together here. And, like, but like people were just like, thank you, like just witnessing someone have that emotional release, like they just were like, thank you for that. And it was like, okay.
Well, when you do it, you give permission to other people to do it, right?
I guess
like
so, yeah.
whether in the audience or just like at home. It's really cool to see, especially in like our Western society where everything's like shoved down and repressed,
like very like reserved and stuff. No, I mean, I guess I can let go of any shame I've had about
let it go. Let it go. When was that?
It was after I gave birth to my my daughter, and I was doing some performances, but I was in a like
crazy time.
It was there were a lot of things happening at that time. So
gosh, cut yourself a break. Don't
get
down on it. That's like crazy.
I know. I think what you just mentioned, where it's like we maybe there's that societal pressure for me to hold it together and to not fall apart in front of people. And I mean, I'm like, they didn't come here to watch someone bawl their eyes out on the stage.
Maybe they did.
They
got an extra special feature.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, but I'm so excited for these songs. I'm definitely going to be looking out for your EP when it comes out. So please follow her on all the channels. I'm going to post them in the description below. My last question, like, what's the big dream?
The big dream?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's just like, it's not a big dream. It's like, what's the next dream?
I love that. I love that so much.
Because I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like wherever you go, there's somewhere else you want to go and something else you want to do. And then your priorities change and you want to explore something else. And so right now, like even just getting in the studio and getting these songs done, like that was the big dream.
Yeah.
And so that big dream is on its way. And now it's a littler dream in a scope of bigger ones, which would maybe be like going on tour and doing some more collaborations.
Yeah.
Seeing how these songs do like out in the world, and then I don't know. Just get on play those big stages, but like with my own music.
Yes, absolutely.
Eventually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited for you. This has been such a joy to sit down and chat with you.
Fun.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Good questions.
Yeah,
thanks for letting me talk about myself.
Yeah, that was the whole point. So.
I'm like, God, am I talking too much? I feel bad. I'm like, no, it's my time. It's my time.
No, you can take up
space.
Yeah.
It's your time. I'm like, what questions should I ask?
You're gonna interview me? Yeah.
Yeah. The therapist inside never dies.
I know.
I'm like, but what about you?
Right.
What about like your dreams? What's your big dream?